idea is unfinished business. Hello, hi, water, our lovely lug nut, and or bolt action feathered rufflers. In this blossoming session, we have a precursory gauntlet to bear grip on Thorn Run to foresee which area of our arena you would beast. Let's try that again. Luminaughty. The idea is unfinished business. Hello, or high water, our lovely lug nut and or bolt action feather rufflers. In this blossoming session, we have a precursory gauntlet for you to bear grip on Thorn Run to foresee which area of our arena you would be beast, to set loose on your inner gladiator. So let's loosen our knots of do's and don'ts as far as what's to untangle from this particular ball of Beatles workout. From mellow yellow to submarine, as periscopes for our away team at oars ready for clocking a docking party of I Spy for Islands of Oasis in Talawax for Talloween to Tallowane through flits to your wickedries or snuff out from ours laborious reprieves. Here's the maw, GI, for your jollies. 1. Go to if you have a question about love. 2. Go to if you have a question about learning experiences. 3. Go to if you have a query for the oncoming weather of circumstances. 4. Go to if you have a query about what flavor of inspiration to harbor. 5. Go to if you have a question about materials, finances, and necessities. 1.6. Go to if you have a curiosity about what lucrative soul to care for being as grateful generosity. 2.7. Go to if you have a query about what to free yourself of, from, or to let go, and or of letting go. 3.8. Go to should you have a question as to what you may not be remembering to untangle. 4.9. Go to if you have a query about a differentiation or discernment on your mind. 5.10. Go to if you have a question about desires of the heart or what you may not untangle you are attracting. 6.11. Go to if you have query as to the source of what may be rooting from pent-up frustrations, harboring in potential cargoes, seeking applicable champagne release scenarios to christen. 7.12. Go to if you question whether your experiences are predained to a necessary attachment of any loyalties your body harbors for instinctually honoring yourself. 8.3. Go to if you have a question about when, what, and or whom to humor. And so, that of this should be all one or more of you may accept for needs as map-keyed cartography for the particular setup study of chop shop for stagecrafting as to which X marks the spot to bury, set to features or thespian, a dig up from our plot. Act now, or forever holds however you hold your peace. If you may have some fun, and if nothing, above all else, know my intent here is, and to love you. A blessing on the heart's column, card number 38. The fairy gift of living the truest and most pure call of the heart. For faeirs of faeir, what the heart wants in its purest form is the right thing to desire. But for humans, we have long practiced smothering the heart with the voice of reason, most often not our own voice, but the voices of others, of cultures and of governments, and of groups of people who fear nothing so much as you hearing the heart's deep call. And so, with this gift of the fairy comes the gift of hearing again the heart's deep call and having the courage to and commitment to follow it, no matter where it may take us. The heart's deep call will never drive us to a destructive relationship or hurtful scenario. It is not going to sacrifice our spirit to the making of money or the stifling of creativity. It's the heart's deep call, the true call that is beyond this, and will only take us in the direction of the dreams we are meant to fulfill in this lifetime. The fairies can know, with this gift, slowly lift the mists that covers the shining heart from within you and open you up to that deep listening to your own self and help you to value the song of the heart that has been singing to you since before you were born. For the fairies have heard the song of your heart and have wondered at the difference between its call and the life you have lived thus far. With this gift, your life will move more into accord with the heart, and you will begin to live from that deep, true space with integrity, with fulfillment, without foolishness or following another, for your own heart will guide you and never ask you to sacrifice yourself to the creation of the dream of another. The fairy's gift is of the heart's deep call to you, friend. May its song bring you every blessing. So, first, I'm possessing of you an invitation to mediate action of your breath patterns while you meditate on how the symbology and glyphs of this image springboard you from the depths of reactivities within you. So, number one, to go if this question about love, the two cards I pulled are the portal 0 point, maybe in the center of your heart where your soul spark is, and we have the Page of Swords. So how does that speak to you? To me, it speaks of where's that portal lead? Like, what is the tip of the sword magnetically drawn to pierce? What portals are you going to be opening for love here? So yeah, that's the first pair. And 2 was if we had a question about learning experiences. The 2 cards we're drawing are the 8th chakra patterns and the Ace of Cups. So maybe this is what this is saying to me is what you pour out reflects back in your experience, maybe? Like it's reciprocal. See the figure 8 there? And the cup. The Ace of Cups is usually an overflowing, and it's got the fish like Pisces, like moving cyclically. What you put out is what you get back. So if you're out to learn something in experience, yeah, so that's how you interpret that is for you. What you teach, you will learn. Something like that. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, so number 3, if you were wondering what the oncoming weather of circumstances is going to be like in your near future, the possible future out there is, wow, this is a hard one to interpret. We've got the crown chakra, wisdom, and this looks like the 7 of swords, sleuthing wisdom. He's climbing, like reaching for wisdom. So the oncoming circumstances that you'll weather are gonna bring you wisdom. New navigational tools, even, perhaps, who knows. So that's how I interpret it. How you do is your own. You're welcome to accept what I see here. And next we have was your query about what flavor of inspiration to harbor. So like what kind of feeling to move forward with or to hold space for in that nearing future or recurrently. We've got the 3rd eye, so we've got like imagination and the page of coins. This makes me think about money, but anyway, so be imaginative of what you can do with your money, or just your material wealth, your whole being. Is the flavor of inspiration is creativity and materials. That's what I'm getting out of it. So, and then if you had a question about those materials, finances and necessities, the 2 cards to help you discern from that are communicate them, throat chakra and the King of Wands. So communicate where your materials, finances, and necessities are, because yeah, it's like the marketplace. Business would be nothing without it, right? So, and in the marketplace there's like communication and holding your own staff of worth and such. So we have the throat chakra, speak your piece. That's what I'm getting with that. Okay, and for 1-6, question 1-6 was if you had a curiosity about what lucrative soul to care for being as grateful generosity. So that's a little bit of a conundrum of the mind, but we'll see what the cards play out if you were curious what that came to. And we've got the 10 of coins and the heart chakra, love. So lucrative soul and grateful generosity. So being grateful, open to receiving, and able to keep giving. So you're harboring the 10 of cups and you're capable of love. So yeah, however you interpret that's you. Okay, so question 2-7 was if you had a query about what to free of, from, or to let go, and or of letting go. What do you need to let go of, or what would be beneficial to let go of? So we've got your own will, or the solar plexus chakra, or free your will even, and we've got the 6 of cups. So I'm kind of, hold on, I gotta do 10 push-ups, just a second. So yeah, I guess keeping your willpower satisfied through pleasures, feeding the fires of your will with pleasing realities. Yeah? Okay. And next we had, wait a minute. Okay, so, and question 3.8 was if you should have a question as to what you may not be remembering to untangle. What has been in the back of your mind that you haven't been paying attention to? We've got, that's always back there, right? Sacral passion. So what passions, what are the root of the passions? What are your driving factors that you've been moving away from? That are kind of dragging there behind you. What are the driving factors that are making you run to or from some realities? What these cards say to you is for you. They're saying something to me, but that's probably just for me. So yeah, sacral chakra. Pay attention to that so it doesn't rule you mindlessly or whatnot, I guess. And then, so question query 4.9 was about a differentiation or discernment on your mind. So this is a decision or something that you haven't decided yet, that this may help you clarify. And we've got root chakra security. So base security, so the instinctual drives, are they being met? The Queen of Wands wants to know about your base security. What can you cut away or ignite or burn away or clear your mind of for the differentiation about the security, like necessities, right, or something. So that's what that says, I guess. Okay, and query 5.10 was if you have a question about desires of the heart or what you may not untangle, you are attracting. So This is the discernment of, like, the snake's tongue look at things and what's oncoming and how we can avoid our fears from becoming reality, or use those fears to alter the oncoming reality to become different, because that's why we have them. They're there to protect us, right? So we have the feminine ocean queen providing circumstances to look for in navigating these things, with the 9 of coins. So we can use our bartering with the feminine boundless nourishment, maybe, and it's not quite a 10 of coins yet like we had before somewhere, so we're harboring what it is to navigate the future storms. What was the differentiation of discernment on your mind? So be prepared to use what's at hand to discern that way. If you don't want to be caught unawares, I don't know. How you interpret it is all for you. So there's that. And query number 611 was about as to the source of what may be rooting from pent-up frustrations harboring in potential cargo seeking applicable champagne release scenarios to christen. So yeah, what kind of emotions are you not recognizing that you wouldn't want to come to the forefront unannounced in mixed company, or that you should process, or whatever it is? We have the masculine, the mountain king. So we don't want to tease that out under the wrong circumstances. We got the ace of coins here. So we just gotta be careful with our culling and where we drop the basket of our goods, I guess, or something. I don't know how this speaks to you, but for what we're potentially harboring. It's just funny this time. However it speaks to you, okay? And then, I'm getting warm. So, 712, question 712 was whether your experiences are preordained to a necessary attachment of any loyalties to your body harbors for instinctually honoring yourself. So this question is also kind of complicated, and maybe you were wondering, and so you went to find out about it. And I think it maybe means what ingrained knee-jerk reactions you've programmed in yourself that you could rewire or fortify from your instinctual reactive self, your loyal body, your prana, your animal energy that protects you. We have roots of the ancestors, so learn from them as to what they program themselves to be like. And then we've got the Five of Swords, which to me is like science. So it's a science, our self-talk. It's like a science, right? Okay. So that's good. That matches that question for an answer, I guess. And then, last but not least, well, it's not last because we've got another fairy card for y'all. But we have 8.13. If you had a question about when, what, and or whom to humor. So, who in your environment this may speak of to you as far as who you could honor or whatever. So this is pretty good. We have the whole, Agartha, and the Eight of Swords. Or no, Eight of Wands, pardon. So, I'll be right back. Yeah, so to me, it's like, just like with the last card, the Agartha, the ant people, remind us, because the Hopis say that we emerged from the earth, the ant people did, and they created us, but or something like that. And so it's like, if you can keep to your center and honor your ancestors, you can bypass realities and to humor others with the knowledge your ancestors have given you with swiftness and tact. And maybe while the same of helping them channel your ancestors is a way that you can honor them, giving them the opportunity to honor what your ancestors have taught you, or something like that. Okay, so now we'll move on to the final fairy card. Just give me a minute. We have the blessing of the rapture. Oh no, the blessing of honesty. Number 5. The fairy gift of truthfulness and the inability for others to be false with you. The fairy gift of honesty is now yours. Your ability to see clearly what is true and what is not, to hear the words that are truthful, to speak the truth in ways that will be heard, to live from the heart with integrity and openness is with you now. The fairy are in the duplicitous creatures of myth and legend. They can be nothing other than themselves. And at this time, and with this gift, you settle effortlessly into the truth of your own being. There is no need for you to be anything other than who you are. For who you are is so earthy and real that others begin to feel how safe it is to be themselves too. There is a simplicity in the connectedness, and you will shine out amongst all those who have cloaked themselves in artifice. There will be no self-deception and no lack of clarity. You are who you are, and that, human friend, is a blessing to the whole planet. People will open and be open and honest with you, and all will be clear and true. So, some closing notes here were implemented from a lovely little deck of cards procured from Goodfellow's Garden. Jess is a wonderful creator and peer of ours. We are caring to work at cross promotions here. So if interested or adjusting curiosities, a link to her lovely little virtual produce stand of a garden space is on the side of this road linked in the description of this upstream by that Fellowship of Moniker. And then the other deck I was using was this one. And so yeah, If you can, have some fun, and if nothing, above all else, know my intent here was, is, and to love you.